federal prosecutor is telling a judge they want to see him detained. They believe that he is a danger to the community and possibly poses a flight risk. At dawn, FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
5 minutes later.
We are following breaking news right now. A former Proud Boys leader sentenced for his role in the Capitol riot.
And Nicole is in our newsroom with the very latest on this developing story.
Janice and Christy, a federal judge handing down the sentence to Enrique Tarrio, 22 years in prison for seditious conspiracy in connection to the January 6th Capitol attack.
Something that puzzles me sometimes about the supporters of Donald Trump, who still believes that he's a godsend, despite all the things he's done to the contrary. But him, Trump himself, nothing puzzles me about him. He's been the same as he was since before the internet, when we used to only see him on TV for doing something controversial. Trump's congregation, because that's what it is, it's like a church. The Church of Trump. His congregation still doesn't get it. And there was this thing about Trump's, I guess, electrifying personality, that his supporters, even back when he was still running for president, saying that, yeah, I like him because he tells it like it is and he don't care who don't like it. And not just what he says, but also the things that he does. They love his defiance. They still like it, despite how his defiance and not caring who don't like it has racked up 100 charges against him. And even charges and indictments on people who were close to him. They're in trouble too. All of those people in various degrees of trouble because of the folks who are still in love with recklessness. Now me, I know better than to believe that Trump is some patriot who loves America and who has America first in mind. I know him better than that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The first billionaire in the history of billionaires to be anti-establishment. Yeah, okay. But it is obvious to me and others that he has pissed off a lot of people, and these people appear to be in high places, but the congregation still yells, "Amen, piss them off some more." Yeah, that's my guy, someone who don't give a damn about consequences. This is what the congregation says. You know, I've theorized out loud once or twice about what if Trump actually was the anti-establishment president that his supporters think he is? And what if the release of the bug was in retaliation for Trump's defiant spirit? Retaliation for him threatening to pull out of the European Union and defund the World Health Organization. And all the other stuff he did. What if his shenanigans, what if they already planned to release the bug, but Trump's shenanigans prompted them to pull the trigger on it early? Adolf Hitler was anti-establishment too. But just because someone is anti-establishment, it doesn't mean that it would be of a benefit to the people. Germany is still paying for that. These climate crazies are anti-establishment too, meanwhile being in favor of a different establishment that's no good for the people either. And the little things too. Common things, I mean. Trump putting sanctions and tariffs on China is seen as him bucking the system and putting America first. When all of the presidents do that, all of them. Obama, the Bushes, Clinton, Biden, and the others sanction China. All of them do that. But Trump does it, and the congregation sees him as the king of America first. Mr. Warp Speed himself is anti-establishment. Now let me give you an example of what's been missing from the congregation of Trump. It's something that would have kept him out of the trouble that he's in right now.
Hillary failed on the economy, just like she's failed on foreign policy. Everything she touched didn't work out. Nothing. Now Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Trump, I invited you here to thank us for what we've done.
Okay.
Not
okay.
to give a political speech.
Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to go back on the Flint. Okay. Okay. Flint's Flint's pain is a result of so many different failures. And I must say that no, I never would. And frankly, Time magazine, as you know, they reported this year that the federal government, they've got a long way to go to bring Flint back. And I look at the damage done, and the damage can be taken care of. Thank you, Pastor.
The pastor first going on stage while Mr. Trump began a political speech and said that that was not the reason that she invited him there, not to give a political speech. And then there was somebody in the audience, I don't know if it was heckling or shouting out questions, and the pastor said to be polite to Mr. Trump.
Stopping him, seeing wrong in what he's doing and checking him about it is what's been missing from the Church of Trump. But no, the Church of Trump encourages him no matter what he does, which only adds on to a man that's been bullheaded probably most of his life, way before he became president. Now, we talk about the elites, the few, I call them. But the 1%, the globalists, the deep state, the New World Order, and all these other titles that we give to what we understand is running the show. Or if not running the show, at least pulling the strings behind the scenes. And these days, it's not behind the scenes no more. It's bold and upfront in our faces. But we talk about that. And if these groups I named, like the World Economic Forum and the others are the ones in control, then how wise is it for y'all to believe that it's okay to piss them off? Let me play something for you. And the guy in the clip I'm about to play, he's part of the congregation that appreciates Trump's hazardous defiance.
Indicted? It was merely a group of people exercising their rights, and it was settled. So the law is clear. But a lot of people have this idea that Donald Trump stood before the world, knowing what he's saying, knowing he didn't lose the election, knowing it wasn't stolen, that he did this just in order to arouse people's anger and to somehow precipitate cause or to inspire and incite the January 6th riot, which is a trespassing. And for you to think, what an insult for the American military to think that those people could have brought down, could have actually changed, could have subverted, put down, revolted a revolution against this country. Those people, pot-bellied, camied people with the Gadsden flags, don't insult my brave military. Enough of that. Enough of that. You understand this?
Yeah, I agree with that. And we all do, right? Because we all know that if somebody couldn't get away with something, then that means that the attempt never happened, right? That was his reasoning. They wouldn't have been able to overthrow the government, therefore no attempt was ever even made. Makes perfect sense to me, and to you too, because we all know that nobody ever attempts to do something stupid, right?
Get tough with the other one.
But the point is, being defiant with nothing to back it up is what's better known as writing a check that your ass can't cash. $100 indictments. Wrote a check that none of our asses can cash. Because we in trouble right now. Everybody is. But the congregation still believes his defiance is wise. These past 6 years since our new and upcoming reality was warp speeded to us, in these past 6 years, the few has revealed or exercised its authority out loud and in front of everybody. But still, the right has no appreciation for stealth. Still believing that saying F you is the best way to do things. And this commentary wasn't suggesting to bow down or that people should yield to the few. This commentary is saying that instead of realizing that after all that's happened, you need to sneak up behind this thing and knock it over the head with something. But the right, still thinks that they could walk up and hit it directly in the face when you already did that and only accomplished pissing it off.